Today on The Joy of Editing, we're going to take a look at the latest update for TOPAZ Photo AI. This is version 3.1.0. There's been some really nice changes here. We're going to take a look at some of those today, so stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to The Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. We have another new update for TOPAZ Photo AI. This is version 3.1.0. We're going to get a look at it today. Now I'll just be hitting on some of the key new features today, but I think you're going to like them. If you don't yet own TOPAZ Photo AI or TOPAZ Gigapixel AI or any of the TOPAZ products, I have affiliate links in the description below this video. Click on those links and you can purchase the products. When you use my affiliate links, I make a small commission, and this helps me to keep tutorials coming your way. So thank you all when you use my links. I really appreciate it. Now, the first thing I want to show you is an improvement when you're painting on selections. You know, if you're working with a regular brush, the super pixel or object selection brush. Right now I'm using denoise and I'm in edit selection mode. And I'm using the regular brush. And you'll notice when I paint across there, it's pretty snappy. It's a lot better than it was before. So that's an improvement. And that's also improved for the super pixel brush. You'll notice when I hover over an area, it picks up the areas a lot quicker. So that's snappier, as well as the object selection. Whenever you hover over an area, it's going to pick it up a lot quicker. I don't really want those selections. I'm going to go ahead and reset this. Now, I found this out. If you want to reset this, if I click on the drop-down menu and click None, nothing changes. But I found if you go ahead and click All, and then come back and click None. Now we can see these selections have gone away. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of denoise for now by clicking on the X because I have some other things to show you, but now you're going to find out when you are painting on selections or using super pixel or object selection, it's going to be a lot snappier for you, and that's a great new improvement. And now let me show you something new, and that is auto suggestions. You'll notice down here in the bottom right-hand side of the interface, it says, here are some suggestions to get you started. If you have a lot of experience using Photo AI, you may not need this, but you see the X here, you can click the X and get rid of that. To get the suggestions back, just click on Show Suggestions and they come right back. If we look at these suggestions, anything with a green dot, when you click Apply Recommendations, it will only apply any suggestion that has a green dot. In other words, in this case, if I click Apply Recommendations, it won't apply denoise or sharpen, just upscale. I want to point out something that is different. You know, when you bring an image into Photo AI, how autopilot runs, if you have it set up to run autopilot, you'll notice now autopilot has ran, but we don't see any of the adjustments here. They're not going to be here. If you want to apply the autopilot, you could right click on the thumbnail or right click on the image and click on apply and then click on autopilot, and then it would run the autopilot adjustments and you would see them in the list of enhancements over here. Now let's just say I want to follow the suggestion of denoise for all, and you'll notice if I hover over all, you can see in magenta, the entire image is selected. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Denoise All, and you'll notice denoise starts to run. And then we can go ahead and change these settings or change the AI model, whatever. But notice down here now, it says here are a few more ideas for your image. I still have upscale and I still have sharpen, but now it says balance all color. So if I click on balance all color, it will balance out the color of the image, as you can see right there. But I think that's a little overboard, so I can take the opacity slider and let's drag this to the left a little bit and let it run again. And I think that looks a lot better. Maybe I'll drag it back a little bit more, add a little bit more warmth back into the image right there. Like before, you always have these eyes here. If I click on this eye, we can shut off balance color. It looked like this. I'll turn the eye back on and now it looks like this. And now you'll note we have some more suggestions. So it keeps suggesting things to us. We still have upscale and sharpen, and now we have adjust all lighting. So let me go ahead and click that one. And I actually like that. Let me go ahead and shut off adjust lighting. There's before, and I'll turn it back on. Here's after. And that's a nice improvement to the lighting. Balance color and adjust lighting, they're two adjustments I generally don't use. I do those types of adjustments in Photoshop, but they're here if you need them, and they can be very very helpful. Now, you'll note this is a relatively small image. It's just a stock image. It's 1280 by 853 pixels, so I will upscale this image. To upscale this, I can click Upscale here, or I could come up and click the plus for Add Enhancements and click Upscale here. Either way, it's going to work, so let me go ahead and click Upscale down here. If we look right here, the image has been upscaled 3.32 times, and the reason for that is if I come up to Topaz Photo AI and go to Preferences, and you'll note under Upscale and Resize, I have mine set up to enhance small images. This is a drop-down, and you can change this to set an output size, enhance small images, or none, but I have mine to enhance small images, and Autopilot will upscale small images from 1.5 to 4 times to a maximum of 12 megapixels. So that's the way it's set up. But let's say I want to upscale it 4 times. So I'll click on 4x, and you could go up to max, which will be 6 times. And now the image is upscaled 4 times. If we come up here to see where it says dimensions and hover here, you can note the original dimension and now the new output of 5120 by 3412 pixels. Now for the AI model, Topaz has chosen standard version 2. This is a drop down. You could change it to any one of these different AI models. And these are the amounts of minor denoise, minor deblur, and fixed compression. Now you can change any of these settings, but I'm not going to get into that today. Now let's take a look at our suggestions. We have some new suggestions. We can remove an object. I don't really want to remove an object, but we can also preserve text. Photo AI knows I have text in this image, and here is an improvement for preserving text. Whenever you upscale an image, you will get better results when you use preserved text. If we look right here on this sign, if I zoom in here a little bit, you'll note it looks pretty bad, right? But we can preserve that. I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out. Now, I could come up and click on Add Enhancement and click on Preserve Text, or I could go from the suggestion list and click on Preserve Text. And I'll go ahead and do that. So Preserve Text. We're already in the edit mode, which is really great because we need to select the text we want to preserve first. And now with a brush, and you can adjust your brush size right here with this slider, or you could use your left and right bracket key. And I'll just go ahead and paint over this text. And I'll come up here on 178. Let's paint over that. And I'll paint over this number over here, 180. After you've painted over your text, you need to come and click on Controls, and then you can adjust your strength, and you'll note it is preserving the text right now. And now take a look at that result. I'll go ahead and zoom in so you can really see it. Now here's another little tip for you. If you want to see a before and after, hold down your space bar. Here's before, any enhancements, release your space bar, and here is after. But look at that. Now if I shut off preserve text by clicking on this eye, and that looks pretty bad. Now let me go ahead and turn preserve text back on. Here's after. It's done a really good job. And now let me show you something else that has been improved. Right now this image is at 322%. I'm going to click on the drop down and click on Fit. And if you look at the lower left hand corner, it is going and processing the entire image again, but it is doing it with the image at fit to screen, and now it's done. And now take note, you see that little check right there? That is telling us that everything has been processed. What I want to show you next is Smart Preview Rendering. Have you ever noticed when you're working in Photo AI, whenever you zoom in just to check out your image, Photo AI has to re-render the image for the zoom level you're at, and it can be very laggy and slow, but this new feature causes that not to be an issue anymore, which I love this new feature, and I know you will too. Now, here's a tip for you. The reason I went ahead and fit the image to the screen and let it re-render the image is because now at this point, that means I can zoom into the image, zoom back out, and it will never have to re-render again, which is a really great new feature. Now, I do want to point this out. If I was already zoomed into the image and zoomed in even more, everything would be good. It would not have to re-render. But if I zoom back out past that point, it would have to re-render again. And that is the reason why I went ahead and fit this to screen and let it render out. Now that means no matter where I zoom in or out to, it will never have to re-render again. And that is a great new feature called Smart Preview Rendering, and I'll show you how this works. Look at the image, but also look down here where the check mark is, and if I hover over the check mark, it says Enhanced. Watch what happens when I zoom in. it will never have to re-render. See, the check mark is there, it's enhanced, so I can zoom in as far as I want to, move around. It will not have to re-render. And I think this is a really great new feature. And even if I zoom the whole way back out to fit the screen, it doesn't have to render again. This is a big time saver, and if you think this is a great new feature, let me know in the comments section below. I just have a couple more things to show you and we'll be done. One of those is, if you have a bunch of images down here and you want to batch process them out with autopilot, come to the lower left side of the interface, check on select all, and now you'll notice we have apply autopilot. Click on that. That will apply autopilot to all of your images, and then just click export the images and you've batch processed everything with autopilot. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to uncheck this. And now the last thing I want to show you is improved results for face recovery when combined with filters such as adjust lighting and balance color. Now you'll note I've upscaled this image. I've upscaled it 4 times. I've added adjust lighting, I've sharpened it, and I've added balance color. So if I hold my spacebar down, here is before and here is after. And I've also added face recovery, but it's shut off now. But you can see the face. It doesn't look really natural around the eyes and the lips. The teeth are kind of funny. I'll turn face recovery back on, and we'll let this render out. And now you can see the result. The teeth are fixed, the lips look better, the eyes look better, and the hair looks better too, because I set face recovery up to work on the hair as well as the face. And to do that, what you do is come up to Topaz Photo AI, go to Preferences, and if you come to face recovery, see where it says parts to enhance, you'll notice I have hair. If you click the drop down, you have your choice of hair, neck, or both. I'm just choosing hair on this one. And then if you change it, just click apply. I'll click the X. But notice the hair looks so much better. I'll shut off face recovery again by clicking the eye. Here is before, and now I'll turn this back on, and here is after. So that is a really great improvement to face recovery, especially if you're adding balance color and adjust lighting to it. Well, there it is, everyone. A first look at the latest update for Topaz Photo AI version 3.1.0. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please give it a like, share it with your friends. If you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe, click that bell notification icon, click all so that you'll receive all notifications, and then every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll get notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today in the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly, and I will see you all right here next time. But until then, happy editing.